Welcome to the Global Skill Development Council, your gateway to digital transformation. We are an independent, vendor-neutral ISO IEC 1024 accredited certification body committed to helping individuals and organizations stay future-ready in a rapidly evolving world. GSDC is accredited by the Accreditation Board for International Certification Bodies, ABICB. For 10 years, we've certified more than 100,000 professionals across Europe, North America, Asia, and Africa, with our offices in Switzerland, the United States, and Singapore. Our programs are recognized by leading publications and podcasts, including Forbes, Tech Target, People Managing People. We offer 100 plus globally accredited certifications across emerging and in-demand domains like generative AI and emerging technologies, HR and learning and development, project management and agile Scrum, ISO and quality management, information security. Each GSDC certification is designed to empower professionals with confidence and help organizations stay competitive in a fast-changing landscape. Every certification is crafted with insights from 100 plus global advisory board members representing top universities and leading industry experts. Our certified professionals are trusted by 500 plus multinational companies, which help unlock better roles, faster promotions, and delivering cutting-edge expertise. We partner with 100 plus authorized training partners and 50 plus universities, supporting talent across all career levels, from entry level to executive leadership. As a GSDC member, you gain lifelong access to interactive webinars, hands-on workshops, SME panels, and global summits. Join a vibrant community of 25,000 plus members. Check our review impact. Whether you're aiming higher or building tomorrow's talent, GSDC is your partner in purposeful growth and impactful leadership. Visit our website to explore our offerings. Best practices.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the 100 AI Tool Challenge. My name is Pratibha and I'll be your moderator for today. So if at any point, if you have any question or you want to send some energy and you just want to know anything about the GSDC or you want to connect with our speaker regarding any question, please feel free to drop them in the chat box and we'll be keeping an eye on it. And let's make this interesting. So if along with the session, if you find anything, something clicks with you or you just want to, resonate it most with you, just drop them in the chat box. So in that way, we know you're with us and you're enjoying this insightful session. With that, I'll be starting this event. Just allow me a minute to share my screen. Meanwhile, you guys can let us know from where you guys are watching and what do you think about the AI sessions we are lining up from you. Just send your locations with the emojis and everything. So on the behalf of Global Skill Development Council, I'm truly delighted to welcome you all to the 100-day AI Tool Challenge for Managers and Professionals, a hands-on webinar series designed especially for managers and professionals like you to explore practical AI, to using this into your daily life and your professional life, and making this actionable into implementing way. So for this webinar, what we have designed, that we have made a session that can help to boost your productivity, enhance communication, support smarter decision making. Each session is carefully crafted with real life demos, real world use cases, and actionable challenges, so that you can not just learn but also apply what you take away. Now, one of the things which make this challenge is more exciting, that the amazing panel of experts we have lined up for you. Some of them have already delivered a very incredible, insightful sessions, and others are all set to bring in more ideas. And here's a little spoiler for you. So we are continuously adding more speaker into our board to make your learning journey more engaging and dynamic. You want to know how you can grab a spot for those upcoming session? Well, hang tight till end of today's session and I'll be sharing the details then. So, for those who are joining us for the very first time, let me tell you who we are. GSDC Global Skill Development Council is a leading certification body committed to bridging the gap between skills, industry, and innovation. We are a trusted partners with 100+ authorized training partners. We have a global strong and network presence across worldwide. We are accredited by ANSI and ABICB. Till yet, 250,000 professionals have been certified with us. We have a 500+ subject matter experts who is continuously contributing in our program development. We have 1,000+ multinational companies and 50+ university worldwide partnered with us. And we are very proud to be associated with WordPress Media Hub, who help us simplify our initiative to reach a wider global audience. Now, I wanted to make an excellent announcement that we have launched a very unique platform called GSDC AI Studio. So, in GSDC AI Studio, you will get the benefit of 4 daily sessions, 45 minutes live expert lead session, hands on learning, session from global experts, learning directly from AI leaders around the world, real time practice, apply concept immediately, and get your questions awarded. Certification ready, training aligned with industry standard for job ready skills. Want to know how you can get the access of GSTC AI Studio? Well, let me tell you. There is a three-way for this. First, you can get a free 30-day access. In that, you will get a 30-day access, 80+ live session per month, access to full GSTC Studio. Second, you can get a GSTC lifelong membership with $109. You will get upgraded to pro and you will get a lifetime access, 80+ live session per month, access to full GSTC Studio, free GSTC membership, access to physical event, and LinkedIn profile re-improvers. And apart from that, you can get the access from GSTC certified lifetime membership starting from $100. So this offer is for a very limited time. So make sure you're grabbing this offer because you will get the GSTC certification, all benefits of lifetime membership, personalized coaching, capstone project plus AI tool, GSTC Copilot, and competency assessment tool. Currently, we are serving 100+ certification in our portfolio, which include the L&D, HR, generative AI, agentic AI, emerging technologies, ISO lead auditor and implementer, project management and PMO, agile DevOps and SRE, cybersecurity, digital transformation. And when you get certified with the GSDC, you just don't walk away with a certification. You also get the membership benefits, which include the lifelong membership, certification upgrade, workshop bootcamp, learning club express, also the benefit of GSDC AI Studio, and many more. Now, those who joining us for the very first time, let me tell you about the AI tool challenge. So this challenge is specifically designed so for this across those 100 days we are diving into the tools that make everything from automation and collaboration to data driven decision making easy. So far we have already completed several exciting challenges and today we have another yet insightful session, which brings me to the highlight of our today's speaker, Monica Pauling. Monica Pauling helps creative leaders simplify their marketing, amplify their impact, and use AI to build stronger customer relationships. She spent 2 decades helping creative business, nonprofits, and cultural institutions turn vision into result through strategic planning and AI-powered system. Her marketing with purpose framework helps leaders move from confusion to clarify, focusing on what truly matters. Clear goals, trusted relationship, meaningful awareness, and simple system that actually works. She has already leaded out one session yesterday. Your brain is chaos. AI can help you. Want to know how you can turn your messy ideas into clear, actionable strategies with AI by showcasing how tools like AI combined with Google Docs for practical applications will help you understand, discover how to turn your chaotic thought into clear, actionable strategies using AI integrated with Google Docs for real world. She will continue the session of part 2 over here and she will tell you more about this tool. Before handing over the virtual mic, just a quick reminder. If you have any query during the session, if you would like to know more about the GSTC and our initiative, if you want to connect with our speaker, if you want to ask any question, please don't hesitate to use the chat box. Once again, don't be shy, drop your reactions emojis or quick comment in the chat throughout the session. That's how we know that That's how we know you're actively listening and absorbing the insight. With that, it's time to hand over the mic to the Monica. Monica, the stage is all yours.
Thank you, Pratibha. Nice to meet everyone. Thank you for the warm introduction. It was great to be here yesterday, and excuse me, I'm looking forward to continuing our conversation about turning messy ideas into smart decisions. And while I am doing my presentation, please feel, excuse me, please feel free to put your name and your location in the chat. I always like to know, especially on international forums where everyone is calling in from and or logging in from. So I'm in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and today we're talking about from ideas to smart decisions with AI. As Pratibha mentioned, oopsies, I'm way too far ahead. I typically work with cultural tourism and cultural institutions, trade organizations, chambers of commerce, and help them use AI to drive business growth. And although I mainly focus on trade organizations, my trainings have covered all industries, software, security, and more. So, after 2 decades of helping creative businesses and nonprofits raise millions in funding, I now teach organizations how to use AI strategically. And we start with the goals, which is why turning your ideas into goal setting and strategic planning is so important. Because if you don't know what you want and you haven't defined what you want, it becomes very difficult for AI to help you in a way that moves the needle. So, that's why this is really kind of a more almost as much about foundational thinking as it is about using AI as a tool, kind of a little bit of both. Okay, so today's menu, we have a few minutes, about 20 minutes, and we're going to recap very briefly what I talked about yesterday. Then we're going to define strategy. Then we're going to talk about what some roadblocks are to completing your strategy. Then we'll build a quick strategic plan, and then we'll look at we'll talk about your action challenge for the day. So yesterday we talked about what when you have a messy brain and there's just lots of things going around and you're like, I want to go to Yosemite and I want to make money and I have to take my kids to the doctor and you have 9,000 things in your head, dumping that all into one organized to-do list. And that my tool of choice is Notion.so. It's a free project management tool, but Google Docs works, MS Word works, whatever your tool, whatever you're comfortable with. Like find a tool that you like to use and you don't have to learn too much. And then we talked about defining your strategic pillars, what matters most to you, and uploading your to-do list and having AI find the patterns of what it thinks you find important. And then we built a 7-day action plan. So today we're going to take that. Yesterday was kind of organizing your to-do list. Today is really kind of defining strategy. So what is strategy? Now, I define, well, the Oxford Dictionary defines strategy as making aligned decisions every day that move you toward your goal. And the difference between strategy and just a to-do list is aligned decisions start with understanding your goal, understanding the path to success, how you're going to get to your goal, what are the roadblocks in the way. And a lot of people forget about that element. They just put down everything they want to do, but then they have 10,000 things on their to-do list and they don't talk about, I don't have the time, the resources, the energy, or even the desire to meet that goal. And these are all roadblocks to getting to that goal. And so it's kind of figuring out what's really important and urgent to you. All right. So strategy is not having the perfect plan. It's not only for executives. It's not set it and forget it. Your strategy grows every day. Sometimes you might meet an amazing person at a coffee shop and suddenly you've changed your strategy because they've made you an offer that you can't refuse. And now you're like, oh, I'm going to go in this direction. And that's okay. But knowing when that time comes to make a decision, understanding where you want to be and if that decision is going to take you closer or if you need to change course. And strategy is not predicting the future. I mean, there's just no way to do that. What strategy is, it's about movement. It's about change. I'm here and now I want to go there. How am I going to do that? It's about making smart decisions along that path. Strategy is for everyone. It's achievable. It's not, I want a Ferrari and, vision board your Ferrari. That's not a strategy. It's a nice dream and fantasy, and that's good too, but it's not strategy. And it's prepare you what's coming and then revisit it regularly so your strategy can adapt with where you are, right? You could have a strategy and then suddenly get promoted, have a child, have something catastrophic happen, something amazing happen, get married, and your strategy is going to change based on where you are in life. And again, that's okay. That's what strategy is. It's adapting to your reality. Okay. Harvard Business Review did a study and it found 90% of strategic plans never get executed. And it said most of them fail because they're too complex. So that is the thing that I always like to say is just be as simple as possible. Write your strategic plan in 3 or 4 sentences and really kind of stay focused. Every year, when I do my own strategic plan for the year, I give my year a theme. And in my year this year, my theme was 100 Steps to Fiji. I'd like to return to Fiji. And so every business decision I made, I sort of made sure that I saved some money for my trip or that I didn't, that I was kind of creating a plan that helped me get to my larger goal. Most organizations and people, their strategic plans fail because they overestimate their resources. They have thousands of things they want to do. They don't simplify that chaos. It's one thing to have an idea. It's another thing to focus on the ideas that are important to you. And then they solve for the wrong problem, right? Like maybe you say you want to make a lot of money, but really you don't want to make a lot of money. You just want to make enough money to enjoy a comfortable life and you want to spend that time with your family. And those are different strategies, and that's okay, but making sure that you define the right strategy for your life and for your business. So they write a plan that looks good instead of a plan that works. And one example, I want to increase visibility, which is not a good strategy because what does that mean? And so a roadblock is we don't show up in Google enough. We need to fix our fix our SEO planning. And so that's a very different strategy than low visibility. I'm going to be visible. So being really specific about your roadblock and how you're going to overcome it. Okay. And one thing that I find a lot of times people say, "Oh, I don't have enough clients. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I need to increase awareness." But if you have a positioning problem, if people don't understand what you do, what your value, how you can help them, you could do a $10,000 in advertising. It's not going to help you because it's not an awareness problem. You have to update your bio and be more specific. And I'll give you an example. In SeaWorld, if you're familiar with the theme park, a big movie came out about 20 years ago called Blackfish that talked about how SeaWorld was not very caring with killer whales. And then all of a sudden people stopped going to SeaWorld because it was not environmentally friendly. It wasn't friendly to the animals. So SeaWorld just kept doing more ads, more visibility. But their problem wasn't visibility. Everyone knew who SeaWorld was. It was a positioning problem because they were trying to convince people that they were still very careful of animal care when everyone believed differently. So then they kind of changed their theme. Now they're a theme park, they're for kids, and they changed their positioning. So they fixed the problem, which was that people didn't trust them. And then they changed their positioning, and now they've kind of come back as this theme park family attraction instead of being an environmentally eco-friendly business. Okay. So one of the first exercises I recommend you do is find your roadblocks and then start to build your strategic plan around it. And yesterday we talked about the craft prompting framework, so I'm going to show you that here. So here is a possible prompt. If you'd like these slides, you can either snap a photo, screen grab of it right now, or you can email Pratibha and she will email you the presentation. But the craft framework it helps you think better when you ask AI what your prompt is, and it also helps AI understand your prompt better, so it gives you better, more powerful results. So if you want to find your roadblocks, my name is, my business name, my website. Over the next 60 days, my top goal is this. I'm building my strategic plan for 2026, but I first want to define the top roadblocks I need to overcome. Search for me via my website, social media profile, and or review and testimonial sites, anything that might, and if you aren't active online, if you're not visible online, you can also upload information, more information about yourself. You can upload a PDF, you can cut and paste your resume, whatever context you can give AI here. Role, this is telling AI, you are an experienced strategic planner who understands the difference between strategic plans built for growth and strategic plans built to impress people at board meetings. Very different thing to write a beautiful document that no one's ever going to use and a document that you really are going to implement every single day. Be specific about my one biggest roadblock. Then give me 3 concrete ways to overcome it. Make it actionable, something I can do in the next 7 days. And I will tell you, almost always, this prompt comes back with, I don't think you're doing a good enough job talking about what you do, what challenge, what problem you solve for your customer, what your value is as a business professional. That's almost always the roadblock that AI finds. You can also give it more context. You can say, I don't want to know, don't talk about my bio, talk about time, resources, staffing, whatever. If you already think you know your roadblock, you can add that to the context. Output a short paragraph for the roadblock, then a number list of 3 action items with specific first steps. And then be strategic, but also encouraging. I don't want to lose steam or energy before I start planning. So this will kind of help you figure out why aren't you already where you want to be? If you're not making $1 million a year to 100,000 a month, whatever your goal is, why not? What should you have been doing? And that's not to say you need to be at that place, but why aren't you? Is it you haven't done enough outreach? And it really helps you to figure out, like, first of all, is my goal correct? Because sometimes the roadblocks are insurmountable. If you have a large family and you work only 6 or 8 hours a day, that's great. That's a lifestyle choice. That's perfectly acceptable. But it may not be conducive with your goal if you're building yourself an 80 an hour a week strategic plan. So kind of identifying where you are and why you're not where you want to be already. And your roadblock, I mean, it's roadblocks aren't a negative. It's just, you can't be all things for all people. You can't do everything. So it's just defining, if you want to get here, these are the things you have to overcome. And that could be time, it could be money, energy. It's not a negative thing. It's just a realistic positioning of where you are. Okay, so then when you have your to-do list, and yesterday we kind of organized our to-do list. So your to-do list is your start of your strategic plan. But the trick again, what's your goal? Which action items are important? These are the ones that are going to overcome your roadblocks, are going to take you to the next step. Which action items are urgent? If you have a client and they have a deadline of midnight today, well, that's going to be urgent. It may not be important, but money is still a reality. You have to make money. So you have to make sure your day covers the important and the urgent. Your roadblocks and which action, excuse me, which action items chip away at those roadblocks. And never lose sight of your big picture in your rush to do the urgent. If you are constantly reacting to your clients' problems, your kids' problems, your spouse's problems, the plumbing broke, that at a certain point, you're just reactive and you're not strategically planning for your future where you can maybe afford to hire some people to take care of some of those problems that you don't want to handle yourself. All right, so your list has patterns. So if you're putting all these items in, fix my website, call my customer, write post, update prices, your AI will find patterns within your list. They may not be the right patterns, and sometimes you have to give it more context, but it'll see that you have customer calls as a lot of your thing. It'll tell you if you ask it to organize your list by categories and in order of importance. It'll see without a lot of context, your most important are your direct sales, right? Your calls. Those are the things that could lead to new business. It'll probably look at your website work as the second most important because your website helps customers understand what you are. And then content is important, but maybe the least important because it's thought leadership. Maybe your clients care, maybe they don't care. So, but this might not be accurate. You may not have updated your list correctly. The patterns may not be correctly defined. So it's up to you to tell the AI, yeah, you know what? I actually have enough business. Customer calls are kind of second. I really need my website to be updated because I'm going to do this big project and the website's very important. So you can tell the AI, yeah, this is not correct. So your brain, when you're in chaos mode and you've got just so much floating around in there, it's very hard to get organized. It's hard to identify what's urgent or important. You're just constantly reacting. You're avoiding, you read articles, you watch YouTube videos, and then you're like taking yourself away from your strategic plan. So AI kind of helps you find the groupings, it helps you clarify, it helps you make better judgments. And then are these the right patterns and is this the right direction? So seeing patterns helps you see what's working and what isn't. And then then again, what's not working. So again, looking at do these patterns align with your goals? Speaking, yep, that's going to help me. So if your goal is build thought leadership, speaking will absolutely help you because now people see and recognize that you are going to be sharing your knowledge. If it's website work, maybe it's aligned, maybe it's not, depending on your goals, your roadblocks. And again, it's one thing if you have a goal of being a thought leader, you have different patterns that are you're going to have to take to become a thought leader. But what's your roadblock? Well, I'm not a thought leader yet because I haven't spoken enough. People don't recognize me. People don't know me. I haven't published enough articles. So you can see how when you start to think about why you're not where you are, you start to have to identify different patterns and different goals. It makes you look at your to-do list a little bit differently. Will this overcome the roadblock to getting me to where I want to go? All right, so the basic strategic plan. This is how I do my planning. I do it. I actually have a fourth layer. I do a quarterly plan that I check all my metrics as well. But every month I check in. What's my goal for the month? What's my quarterly goal? What's my goal for the month? What are the roadblocks? And almost always for me, my roadblocks are I don't do enough outreach. I allow all my other chaos to kind of take priority. And then at the end of the day, I forgot to do all my outreach. So that's typically now that I've been doing it this way for a while, my my roadblocks tend to be the same. But then I like, okay, so I know my roadblock is I'm not doing enough outreach, so I need to change. What am I going to do this month to get closer to my goal, to get over those roadblocks? And then every week, you want to check that your weekly activities that you've planned for the coming week and look also at your previous week. Did I do all the things I wanted to? Did my activities align with what I said I wanted to do? Did I follow that strategy? And are these activities that I've defined and were these activities that I did the best use of my time? And again, like me, I'll look at the end of the day and go, oh my gosh, I spent so much time on updating my website and I should have been doing outreach calls. And so I'll see that I didn't necessarily fit my weekly. So at least every week I can readjust and try to focus more on my strategy. And then having a daily, and your daily is just your action plan and really picking the top 3 items. And if you have a lot of urgent client requests, family requests, that's fine, but you want to make sure that at least one of the 3 action items you do every day is something that's important to your goal and not just urgent and reactive to someone else's goal, or else you'll never find yourself moving the needle for your own self. You're just constantly moving the needle for your clients. And if you have lots of clients and you're happy with how that is, that's great. But if you want to move forward, if you want to change, again, strategy is about movement. And if you want to change, you have to prioritize your own needs, your own goals as well. So here's another little prompt. Again, you can grab a little screenshot of it. And again, my name, my business, my goal, my biggest roadblock that you identified from the previous prompt. I need a simple 3-layer strategic plan that I can execute, not a 50-page document that sits on a shelf. Your experienced strategic planner, oops, I'm running short on time. Create a 3-layer plan with layer 1, my daily specific action items I should do. This should be daily. Sorry, that this week that directly chip away. Weekly, what 2 questions should I ask myself every week to make sure I'm staying aligned with my goal? Me again, am I doing all my outreach calls? Probably not as much as I wanted to. And monthly, what are 3 things I should review each month to know if my plan is working? That's the other thing. Like if you're, committed to doing a lot of LinkedIn outreach, that's great, but then you have to check, is that working? Like, are people booking client calls? Are they working with you? If not, Why not? What's the roadblock? And what do you need to overcome? Do you need to do LinkedIn better, or do you need to skip LinkedIn and go to cold calls? So constantly kind of assessing where you are. And then again, specific and tactical. I want to know exactly what to do tomorrow, not general advice. So we are at the end of our thing, and your challenge today is identify your top goal, personal or professional. Use what's your top roadblock? Use the craft prompt from slide 13. Evaluate your to-do list, build your decision tree, week layers 1, 2, and 3, and then build the world's shortest but still impactful strategic plan from slide 22. And then post on social media, LinkedIn, day 44 challenge, and GSDC, hashtag GSDC. So to review, we talked about strategies, daily alignment, not a perfect plan. Your to-do list is your starting point, organize it by impact. Name your roadblocks first, then build everything around them. Use AI to see your patterns and revisit monthly or even daily to check in that your action plan is working. And then just a little bit about, you can reach me. I have a free AI strategy guide on my website if you're interested. And I'm on LinkedIn, Monica Poling. And I think I'm one of two Monica Polings, but I very clearly look like this. And I love connecting. And a couple of people from yesterday connected with me. Thank you. I love connecting with people on LinkedIn. And I think that is it. I think I saw some questions pop up. Let me see if I can answer those real quick. I know we're kind of running out of time. Oh, we got people logging in from, oh, very cool. Nice. Okay, great. I think that is it. All right, cool. That is it for me. But okay, a real use case. Let's see. Yes, email Pratibha for the deck, and or message me on LinkedIn. And if you have any questions, I know I went really fast, so message me on LinkedIn, or if you want to book a vision call as well, you can do that. But message me on LinkedIn, and I'll answer any questions I have there as well. And that is it for me today. Thank you very much for joining.
Thank you so much, Monica, for the very engaging and insightful session. So now we can take few questions. So the floor is obviously open for the questions. So if you have anything, please drop them in the chat box. So Anirudh want to know, is it possible for you to give a glimpse of real use cases to use this?
Um, I don't have, I mean, this is the exact prompt that I use, so it is my real use case. The only thing that I can show you, my to-do list is quite chaotic, so I don't recommend, like, it's kind of one of those things, do what I say, don't do what I tell you, because let's see if I can get there. Oh, it's not going to let me. Sorry. Yeah. So I don't have a real use case, but this is literally the actual prompt that I use for my own strategic plan. Let me see if I can get out of here. There we go. Okay, so as I mentioned, I keep all of my action items in Notion, and it's chaotic. I mean, talk about turning chaos into ideas is really kind of but so my actual action plan looks like this. So it has my week's goals and my, like, this top one is the goals for the week and then the action items for the week. And then I keep quick client notes so I can access them. The middle column is the daily items that I do every single day, and then some of my upcoming priorities so I don't lose track of them, some of the top outreach that I want to do, and then kind of what's ideas of what's next. And then the right column is my strategic planning. So my 100 steps to Fiji, as I mentioned, that's my 2025 strategic plan. Then I have a quarterly plan, and then I have like the weekly reset, like that's the regular action items. And then for me, the biggest pillars are my speaking plan and my content strategy. So whatever I do for planning, those are the things that kind of fall in there. And then I have kind of subcategories under that. I also track wins. So you can see that I did some of my paid gigs, and, I see here GSDC gig, first international gig. So I keep track of my wins. So later when I want to celebrate my own self, I have that. And then, personal shopping, grocery list. So I keep everything kind of handy on this homepage. And then in Notion, again, this is all free. What here at the top three dots here, you can literally export your entire action plan to a PDF and then upload it to ChatGPT or to Claude AI and ask it to evaluate your to-do list and give you which is priorities, what's the most important. Now, my strategic plan, I'll show you my quarterly plan because that's a little bit more. So what I do here is I have, apologies, that's my goals. So my 100 steps to Fiji. Oh my goodness, my computer is very slow. Sorry, I'm taking a little bit. So I don't have real use cases of other people's, but this is what I do. So here's my 100 steps to Fiji. It's my whole strategic plan plus my vision plan for the year. So here's my Q4 theme. I asked AI to help me come up with the theme, commit hard. And then you can see my whole vision, my whole master plan is conference speaking, outreach, as I mentioned, 6 to 8 agreements in November so that I'm well set up for next year and I'm not scrambling in January to book new appointments. And then these are my core metrics, revenue, 8 paid signature worksheets, and then other metrics. I want my newsletter to go up to 500 subscribers. And I haven't updated, some of these numbers are old, but, and then my watch list, like I just kind of keep an eye on where my subscriber counts are. And then my brag board. And then when I keep the wins in my homepage every month, I move my wins over into here so that I can search for like the past 2 years, all the things that I celebrate about myself. So I love Notion because you can easily turn things into pages or databases or like I keep all my contact list. I've turned Notion into my CRM. So this is a real use case for me that I just keep this Notion action plan and I'm just constantly kind of updating it. And every if I read an email, if I see something I like, I even have at the bottom of my action plan, anytime I see an article that I like online, I'll just copy it into here automatically. I just use this little Notion browser extension and just pop a link into here so that I can follow up with articles that I found interesting. So I hope that answered your question. And
Thank you
risk
so much.
analysis. Oh, go
Yeah,
ahead.
sorry.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry, go
And
ahead, please.
I don't use a risk analysis tool. I am not at that level where I need to do that. So I just use AI to evaluate any risks that might be to my plan. But really for me, I don't really have too many risks other than overcommitting, overspeaking, taking too long. And so I'm always asking AI to find ways to simplify.
Thank you so much for this detailed answer, Monica. I'm sure our participants have learned a lot from your sessions and the real use cases. And if you have any more questions or you want to know about the presentation which Monica has given right now, otherwise, if you want to get the tech, you can email me at pratibha@gsdccouncil.org. Otherwise, you can also connect with Monica. I'll be sharing her LinkedIn ID in the chat box again for your convenience. Now it's time to share the AI tool challenge. Okay, we have one more question. So this is the last question we can take. Anirudh wants to know, I am doing consulting and digital transformation. So how can I use Notion.so?
That's a little bit beyond the scope of today, but literally Notion.so, it's free to sign up. There is a paid tool, but the paid tool is really mostly if you have large teams and you need to be interactive with teams. The free tool is very powerful. And just build your first to-do list. And as you start to see things you want, Notion will help you figure it out. Sorry, the paid tool also has better AI integration. The free tool, it's a third-party integration for AI.
Thank you so much, Monica, for this detailed answer. I hope it answers all of the Anirudh's question as well. Now, participant, if you have any other question, because we are running out of the time, so I'm really sorry, we'll not be able to take more question, but you can send the question to us. Otherwise, you can connect with Monica directly, and she's here to assist you all, and we are also here to help you in your journey. Now it's time to present the AI tool challenge, which you have been all waiting for. So just allow me a minute. Let me share my screen quickly. Just, okay. So this is the AI tool challenge for today. Take a note of it. I'm also sharing this challenge into the chat box for your convenience. So there is one line mentioned in this challenge in the take steps, like use the craft from slide 13. So I'll also be sharing the slide 13 screenshot as well in the chat box. Just please allow me for a minute. Apart from that, when you're completing this challenge, please make sure you guys are posting on LinkedIn and tagging the GSDC, because by tagging the GSDC, you guys will help us to follow your journey and cheer for you on every step of the way. So we are very happy to see that many of the participants are, actively doing this challenge part, and they are posting on the LinkedIn, and they are tagging the GSDC, and by tagging the GSDC they are helping us to follow their journey, follow an assistant in their journey, and be a part of the celebratory movement. So please make sure you guys are also tagging the GSDC while you're posting on the LinkedIn after completing the task. So before we wrap up, let me just give you a quick glimpse about the tomorrow's session. So tomorrow we'll be having the Professor Marco with us. He's a CEO and founder at Ethics Profile. He's going to brief about personalized ethics with a focus on the concept of the ethics profile and on the role of personal ethical frameworks in the responsible use of artificial intelligence by demonstrating the ethics.ai tool. Apart from this, we are also having another webinars as well, solving supply chain distribution with Gen AI, and tackle sustainability challenges in business. So if you guys want to be part of this webinar as well, I have shared the registration link in the chat box. Otherwise, you can go to our website GSDC, and you can find the registration link over there too. Now, with that, it's time to celebrate our referral champions. So, referral champions are the one who is helping us to amplify our initiative and reach to a wider global audience. So, we have a top three winner today, that is Leela Venkat, Saroj Sahu, and Daud. So, you can also be part of the referral champions. You want to know how? So, let me tell you a quick glimpse for that. So, you can, if any of your colleagues or participant or peer wants to join this session, you can go through the GSDC website. You can get the registration link from over there, and you can refer your friend to join this session from that link. So once you hit a sorry once you will hit the 50 point, you will get a free certification voucher from us. So you can get any free certification voucher from the GSDC website. And these are all the platforms where you can connect with us: the LinkedIn, our WhatsApp community, our website, and you can also email our training partners, and to me as well for any query. I'll be available to assist you. So with that, it's time to end over the session. Please be in the chat box. I'm sharing the slide 13, and I'm sharing the details or to connecting on our LinkedIn. Thank you so much. Thank you so much participating, everyone. Thank you so much, Monica, once again for this amazing and insightful session. We'll be looking forward to connecting with you all once again.